Depending upon the size, we can classify n number of string data type. So char, a fixed length of string, so it can store. The data type is char. Of size means we can provide the specific size. Varchar of size. Size is the parameter here. A variable length of string we can able to store here. And we have specified here in the range also for your knowledge purpose. And next one called binary. And this also it accepting size as a parameter. Here it is equal to char of. Okay. But it stores binary byte string. The default is 1. So var binary of size. This also equal to varchar but stores binary byte string. Tiny blob. So blob is nothing but binary large object. Okay, it stores maximum 255 bytes. Tiny text. Okay, this also it holds a string with maximum length of 255 characters. And next one called text. We can provide the size. Okay, it holds a string and it provided a particular bytes. This much of byte only it can able to store the data. And blob is indicates a binary large object. So it was storing the huge data it is going to store. That is nothing but 65,535. That much of bytes of data it will store. So now the medium text. So it holds a string with a maximum length of this much of data we have provided here. Okay. And next one called medium blob. So this also stores equal size of data. How much the medium text is storing, that much of data, but it is a character representation, but this is a byte representation. So long text. So it was holding huge text, especially when we can use this kind of the data type means suppose we want to store the description. Okay, at that time we can able to use this particular data type called long text. Long blob. So this long text it was used to store the characters. Long blob it is used to store the bytes of data. The enum. So we can list to 65,535 values in an enum list. If a value is inserted that is not in the list, a blank value will be inserted. The values are sorted in the order you entered them. Okay, so by using enum also, what is mean by enum? Suppose example, there are 4 seasons. Yes, we can provide a enum value. There are 7 weekday names for a week. Yes, we can represent in the form of enum. Okay. Next, set we can list up to 0 to 64 values in a set list. So this is the way we can able to store the string data by using string data types. Next one called numeric data type. Depending upon the value, suppose a person age 2, we can able to store the scientific calculation, the velocity of light from one planet to another planet. Yes, the values will be huge. Depending upon the data type, we can able to store it. Bit, depending upon the size, we need to provide. It can hold a value from 1 to 64. The default value for a size is 1. Tiny int, we need to provide the size. It is a very small integer. Okay. And next one called small int, we need to provide the size. It is also small integer and its range is different. Compared to the tiny int, its range is differs from the tiny int. Next one called medium int. This is we would like to store the medium integer. And this also range is more compared to the small int and as well as tiny int. Next one, big int. So this particular big int, a large integer value we can able to store. So probably we can able to store some scientific calculation, the complex integer value we can able to store it here. Bool, 0 is considered as a false, 1 is considered as a true. And boolean, 0 is considered as a false, 1 is considered as a true. It means this bool and boolean it will store either 0 or 1 value. So int, we need to provide the respective size, a medium integer of the data it will store. And integer size, it works exactly similar to int. Okay, the range of values, how much the int will store, this integer also stores the same, the range of value. And double, we can provide a size comma d, a normal size floating point number. The total number of digits is specified in the size. So how many digits we would like to store? Yes, we need to provide. The number of digits after the decimal point is specified in the d parameter. Suppose 5, 2 means the total number of digits are 5. Among 5, 2 are decimal. Similar way, decimal. Okay, as an exact fixed point number. The total number of digits is specified in this size. The number of digits after the decimal point is specified in the d parameter. That is called the decimal. Next one called DEC. This also works exactly similar to decimal value. So it means that the maximum number of size is 65 because decimal and as well as the DEC both are works in a same manner. How much size we can provide? Maximum 65 size we can provide. For the D we can provide maximum 30 values, 30 size called 30 we can provide. Next one called date and time data types. Suppose you want to store the, okay, which one your joining date, your, okay, which one means joining date of birth, okay, and date of relieving date. So if you would like to store those kind of date and along with the time you would like to store, we can apply the date and time data type. So date, it's suppose, and the standard MySQL date format is YYY, MM and DD format. So it will support. And date time, so it is a date time combination it is going to support. Timestamp, a timestamp format only, it is storing the values. And time, the time is nothing but in the format of HH:MM:SS. In this particular format only it will store the time, and we are provided the specific range. Within this particular range only we can able to store the time value, and in timestamp also there is a specific range is available, and in this particular range to this particular range we can able to store it. Year, a year is a 4-digit format. So here we can able to values allowed in a 4-digit format. So from this particular range to this particular range we can able to store it. So by using these data types we can create a table. After creating the table, while creating the table we need to specify the name of the column. We need to specify the what can be the data type we can able to store. So these data types we are using for the for create table statement. Okay, thank you.